R&B Divas Season 3, Episode 3, I believe. Yeah, Episode 3. Sorry, I just want to make, this is Episode 3. Sorry, guys, been busy. Okay, so, Mary and the gang come on in 10 minutes, so I'm going to make this a quick review. Well, when I first started watching it, I think they were having Thanksgiving at Kiki's house. I don't know if it was Thanksgiving or they were just having a Sunday meal, I guess. But, they were having family meal, and it's chaos in the house, basically, with, it's like 20 people in the damn house. And Kiki and her mother is going back and forth. And to me, it looks petty because Kiki's mad because her mother is picking her daughter up, or son, picking her child up. And she's like, why do you always do it? This is my house. And Kiki's like, I feel like I'm not in charge of my own house. I feel like I'm a daughter in my own house, when I'm the one paying all the bills. And so then Kiki, after she's arguing with her brother jumps in, and Kiva's arguing with her. He is giving it to his mama like, this shit is disrespectful. Like, look, he's like, you always doing this shit. And then she's like, what are you talking about? It's only like every 10 years. He's like, no, it's every fucking holiday. He's like, you're so mean. You're so mean. And then she's like, I don't understand what you're talking about. And he's like, you always doing this shit. You're mean. And I'm just shocked at, like, where is this coming from? And, it was shocking. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never really seen nobody just cuss at their mama like that. Especially out of nowhere where you don't know where it came from. So then the mother get mad. She's like, okay, well, I'm done. And Michael's calling for her. He's like, no, come back. And she just storms off and go to her room. And then she's yelling at her like she's a kid. She's like, sometimes you make me ashamed to be your mother. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that scene was interesting. So then, the girls, all the divas, they meet up, and Selena comes up with an idea of having an acoustic, excuse me, y'all, acoustic, session or whatever, where it's like a one night only special for all of the divas, and that they should record it, have somebody record it, maybe make it a DVD, or just record it, period. Put it on like on TV One as a one night only special. And the girls are all like, that's good, that's a good idea. And she says, and when one is singing, the others can be backup singer. And Mila actually feels a type of way about that because she used to be a backup singer after 702 or whatever. She had to pay the bills, and she ended up doing it. And it was only supposed to be temporary. She ended up doing it for over 3 years, and that's just something she didn't want to go back to. But it's like, okay, well, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. So then as they are talking about it, they're agreeing over it, Latavia says, well, I don't exactly feel comfortable singing it by myself. And they like, okay, well, what's the problem? And she's like, I have not used this muscle in a while. I have to say vocal training. I've never been a lead singer. It's been a while, and basically, and she shot, and she was on KKN, Candy Coated Nights, a couple of years ago, and Candy asked her to sing, and she didn't sing, but it was like, if you want to be a singer, sometimes you have to be ready to sing on the spot, but she just seemed very indecisive about it. And later she ended up going on talking to Monifa about it in the studio because they had similar situations where, once they fell off, they became substance abusers. And, they have that connection there. So she felt comfortable enough to talk to Monifa about it. And Monifa was telling her, do you really want to sing? And she's like, no, she doesn't have the passion for it. And she just was trying to figure out what she needs to do, but now she knows that she doesn't want to sing. So, yeah, and she's not confident in it at all. So then they go into Angie Stone, and Angie Stone is in the studio with her daughter, Diamond. Her daughter, Diamond, wants to be a singer or whatever, and she's singing about this song. It's called Smoke and Ride. And Angie Stone's like, I know this will be a hit, even though, I did not teach my daughter to be smoking. And, she's singing or whatever, and then she ended up saying the word. She's singing, you made this a bad fucking day for me. And Angie's like, hold on. Cut the tape. Y'all cut this off. And everybody's laughing at her. And then she was like, what? And Angie's like, well, I told you, ain't no need to be doing all that cussing or whatever. I told you better than that. And then she's like, Mom, me and you don't sing the same way or anything. We sing differently. We sing, you got your music and I got my music. And then Angie took that to offense and she kicked everybody out. And then she's like, well, hold on, why are you trying to embarrass me like that? Like, we sing to different generations. I got my generation, you got your generation. She's like, well, you do. And she's like, I don't appreciate, ain't no need for all that cussing. And what radio station is going to play all that cussing? And she's like, everybody cusses now. It's not a big deal. So then they go on saying later on, they're talking about, they're talking about Diamond asked her daughter, she asked her, well, Ma, you support everybody else, but you don't support me. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm here late at night supporting you, helping you with this. I support you all the time. And then she's like, no, you don't support me just like you support the divas. I want you to support me like that. And, she's really giving her mother a hard time. And she's like, I always support you. And then she's like, Ma, you ignore me all the time. I don't understand why you're doing this. It was like, she almost sounded like a 12-year-old crying out for attention. I don't know. That's how I used to be when I was little or whatever. I was the oldest, and my brothers were younger, and they were babies, so they needed attention. So I felt like that, but her ass is grown as hell. It's like, come on now. Is all this really needed, or are we on our menstrual today? Come on. And I think she's just milking it, basically, so she can get her mama to get off her back about all this cussing or whatever. And yeah, Angie tells you, I always support you. I support you and your kids. So what are you talking about? So then, they all end up having a meeting about the One Night Only special. And Selena starts talking, and then she starts to, as she starts talking, Diamond just walks in. And she's like, oh, well, hello? Who is this diva? And then Angie's like, oh, this is my daughter. She drove all the way here from South Carolina. She just wanted to watch us and hang out with us or whatever. And they like, oh, okay. And all of them thinking like, well, why would you invite? They knew nothing about it. They like, why would you invite her while we doing business? So then, it's all very awkward for everyone. And Kiki starts to talk about her legal issues with it. Well, when is this going to happen and when is that going to happen? Because, I have to get my lawyer together. And then as soon as she says that, Angie's like, do y'all think we look alike? It's like, come on, Angie, this was not the time to be playing. And Selena brought up a good point earlier. Y'all do not, anytime y'all come up with something, it does not go well. So, y'all might want to actually focus on this. Or you might want to, go do a separate project with your daughter. But that was not the right time. You definitely should have informed your fellow divas that your daughter was coming to hang out. But that was R&B Divas, Season 3, Episode 3. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Jazz Chapman. And I will see y'all next week.